God. And that brings us to the mark of the beast and the hybrid race. We see that, according to David Lewis, aliens are preparing to intervene again in world history and to lead mankind to a higher level of consciousness. They will select a human person and endow him with superhuman powers and knowledge. This man will lead us to world government and world peace. And we also learned from Dr. John Mack, who is a professor of psychiatry at Harvard University, though he has passed on. But he performed hypnotic regressions on more than 100 people. He came into this very much as a skeptic. He had nothing that he was trying to prove, but as people kept coming forward with him, claiming that they had been abducted by aliens, he began to look into it more seriously. And he stated, abductees feel themselves being removed from wherever they were, floated through a wall or out a car, carried up on this beam of light into a craft, and they are subjected to a number of now familiar procedures which involve the beings staring at them, involves probing of their body orifices, and a complex process whereby they sense, in the case of men, sperm removed, and the women, eggs removed. Some sort of hybrid offspring created, which they're brought back to see in later abductions. And he says the idea is to produce some kind of new species, to bring us together, to produce a hybrid species, which the abductees are sometimes told will populate the earth or will be there to carry evolution forward. He says it's an awkward coming together of a less embodied species than we are and us for this evolutionary purpose. It may be that these hybrids, we're told, is what we'll have to be. It's a kind of insurance policy if the earth continues to be subjected to the exploitation of its living environment. And of course, that's us not taking care of the planet, the green movement. So because of we're not taking care of the planet, these aliens are making a hybrid race to ensure that evolution goes forward, so he says. Another researcher who's done very similar kind of work to Dr. John Mack is Dr. David Jacob of Temple University. He says, I've been involved with UFO research for about 32 years now, since 1965, and I've never been downcast or depressed about the phenomenon. I have never been pessimistic about it, but I must say that now that I've learned as much as I have learned, I'm very, very unsettled and upset by what I see. I do not like what I see. I wish I didn't see this. I wish I had uncovered this. I despair of it. So this man is not a believer. He doesn't believe in Yeshua, unfortunately. But he's discovered some very important things, and now he's scared to death. He says, and the program ultimately is not abducting people. For a long time they thought, well, it's just about taking people and doing some kind of little experiment. He says, no, that's not what it's about. Abductions are a means to an end. So what we have here as an abduction program, a breeding program, which accounts for all the reproductive activity that we see, and a hybridization program. I think all this is leading to an integration program in which ultimately these hybrids, who look very human, will be integrating into this society, and who will eventually, I assume, be in control here, because they do have superior technology and superior psychological abilities that we do not have. We would therefore be a sort of second-class citizens. So here's a man that isn't looking forward to the end days like we are. He's not looking forward to the coming of Yeshua. He just says we're in big trouble because these aliens are here, they're mixing themselves with us, and we normal humans are going to be reduced to second-class serfs, is what he's saying. Well, let's get back now to Genesis 3:15. Remember, I will cause enmity between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed. We're told in 2 Thessalonians 2:9, it says, the coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. He truly is pulling out all the stops to make this the granddaddy of all deceptions. It says the dragon gave him, that is the beast, his power, his throne, and great authority. The beast is giving everything to this individual. Where have we heard this before? It sounds like how Jesus said that he was given all power and authority. And here Satan is giving the beast all of this power and authority that he, the dragon, has. So they worship the dragon who gave authority to the beast. And they worship the beast saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Now we need to go back to Scripture to see exactly what's going to happen. We see in Daniel chapter 7, he says, I was considering the horns, and there was another horn, a little one,